How's everybody doing? Long time no see. I was counting the days. It looked like it was 19 days since I've gone live. So I caught a break today. I well, I'll explain all that in just a little bit. Let me say hello to everybody. Knitting with Amanda Panda, Moonlight, Jen's mom. Let's see. Shore Girl. Everybody pray for Shore Girl. She's got a long recovery ahead, and we want it to be as productive and easy as possible, Shore Girl. So we're praying for you, honey. Janelle. I'm going to say it that way. I can't help it. Toys. Break the silence. YouTube every awareness. I think they say in the first few minutes you shouldn't cuss, so I'm just Mirandy. Hello, hello. Beezer. Beezer bees. Queen. Hey, my love. Parm. Hi. Salty. Truth. Hey, honey. Panda Berry. Jet lag. Hey, Angie. Hey, Snake. I understand. Thank you for coming in and saying hello. Melinda. Colin. Hey, honey. Okay, so yeah, I've had some issues. Um, and I'm a little upset about it, quite honestly. So I had a standard root canal, no biggie. But then it was to get a root canal and then get a crown put on. Well, I got the root canal and then I got an infection. Peggy Sue, Peggy Sue. Hey, Bubby. Seen it before? Well, thank you for stopping in. I understand completely. Trust me. Mizzy, hello, hello. So anyway, I got an infection, had to get antibiotics, blah, blah, blah. I mean, but then, so Tuesday I got the crown and a lot happened. The numbness wore off during the middle of it somehow. Then they had to go through the roof of my mouth to numb it. Just this whole big thing. But anyway, long story short, so I went through all of that. Then the crown, I kept biting on it, so it was too big. So today they took it down some, which was fine. It's not as painful as I thought it would be. I'm still sore, but they did more X-rays today and found that my two back molars, I was going to have root canals on those. Now, this is all upper. My lowers are fine. But what they've decided to do is they think I can either get get 2 root canals and 2 crowns, and it would max out my insurance, and so I would end up paying about $3,000. Or I can have them, and there's no guarantee that they'll, that crowns and all that. There's no guarantees that those work. So, or I can get those 2 extracted and get a partial. Here's the part that makes me mad. Well, why couldn't I get the other tooth extracted and have a partial put with it too, instead of paying all the money I just paid for one tooth? Why was that option not given to me before I just paid all of this money for the one tooth, um, to have the root canal and crown and go through everything I've gone through with it? So I'm a little salty. I am. I And then they started talking about, well, I can have this other done, but my sinus cavity hangs too low and I'd have to have a whole sinus surgery. I'm like, but yeah, I can have the partial, the two extractions and a partial for $300 and still not maxed out on my insurance. Or I can have two more root canals and two crowns, max out on my insurance and still pay $3,000. So there's that. Okay. So my talking has been just a little bit in and out, um, but I can tell you this. I can tell you that the original pain that I was feeling, I'm not feeling that. So I think that one crown, that root canal and crown, I think it fixed the initial problem. So that's where I'm at, in case anybody was wondering. I know a lot of you guys were saying prayers and stuff for me, and I do appreciate it. So I just thought I'd give you an update on that. Island Girl, Cassie D. Let's see. Stacy, hello. Hales. And whatever they've done, they've had me clear my throat a lot. I feel like my mouth is staying real dry right now. But we'll get there. We'll get there. I'm not going to complain, or try not to much anyway. So, okay. So, like I said, it's been a 19 days. And I was like, well, you know what? I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm feeling better than I thought I would feel after going to the dentist today. So I said, I'm just going to jump on and say, hey. And I'm just going to put this out there. Anybody that had a wrench still has a wrench. I haven't taken any. I've given one. If you don't like somebody, please block them. I've tried to keep up as much as possible, but I kind of may have missed some stuff here and there, and that's okay. It just wasn't meant for me to just even know about that. But well, I originally asked them, I went in for that and asked them to pull the tooth. And Mirandy reminded me of that. She said, I would tell them that not to pay anything. You originally asked them to go in there and pull it, and then they've done all this, and now they're going to pull it anyway. And I didn't even think about that. So that was a I need to talk to you before you put yourself through all. Okay, please just email me. I always y'all, Peace is my go-to person for nurse questions and things going on with my mom. So I trust Peace when I have questions like this or anything going on. She's my go-to. jet lag, they always try to talk you into saving it because that's how they make more money. Well, and I feel like that's what they did because they kept telling me that my back tooth, now that was not the one that I had the root canal in, but that's where I thought the original problem was coming from myself, and that's the one I wanted pulled. Oh, it's a viable tooth. It's a good tooth. You'll just have to have a filling. So it started out, I just needed a filling. And now they're saying they don't even think they can do a root canal on it. So had they just said all that to begin with, I could have had 3 extractions and had a partial done and been done with it. Because like I said, my bottoms are fine, my fronts are fine. It's just the 3 in the back. So, and I think the majority of it stemmed because I had an extra tooth. Most people have, 32 or 36 teeth? Well, I had another one. And it grew in after I had my 4 wisdom teeth taken out when I was 18. So it stemmed from that because when it came in crooked, and it was a big hard tooth, not like like a back tooth. And it was bumped up to that molar back there, the molar I'm talking about now. And when they actually pulled it, they pulled some of the backing off of this other tooth. But anyway, it's very frustrating. And let's see, aging my problem. 3 root canals, 4 crowns, and now getting an implant. Oh my God, Beezer. See, that's what I'm saying. It's like you don't even know if they can, they're not guaranteed. So you pay all of this money and they're not guaranteed. So, and I'm sorry if I have to keep clearing my throat. But they started talking about implants to me, but they said that I have a sinus cavity. That side of my sinus cavity hangs too low. I mean, I know I've got a double deviated septum. How I can still breathe on every. That's why I'm a mouth breather, y'all. I don't breathe out of my nose very well. But they said they would have to do a sinus surgery to lift my sinus up to even be able to have an implant. And I'm like, and then the bone grafts. I'm not going. I can't do that. Stacy, it's always good to see you and chat. I will be listening when I can. Things are very busy, as you know. Thank you so much, honey. You didn't have to do that, but I certainly appreciate it. I always like seeing you too. You're such a sweet person, and I'm so glad I've met you. Let's see. I'm waiting for all the girls to meet up. I'd like to be there. Of course, I'd like to be there, but I think they'll have a good time. I had root canals done on every top tooth with porcelain crowns and still got a horrible infection. Oh, peace. Ugh. See, I couldn't imagine going through it all like that and then getting an infection in each. Luckily, though it felt like it was my whole mouth, my infection felt kind of localized to that area, but it had up under my eye and over by my ear. My ear was hurting. So I just hope once I'm done with this that I won't have to I won't have to go back and get it done again. But I'm seriously thinking that I'm very upset about the why didn't they give me the option? But I mean, it is what it is now. I just wonder if you get a partial and say this other one fails, Can you then go back and have a tooth added to your partial, or would you have to have a whole new partial made? I don't know. Yeah, Beezer, I've never had the ear hurt with the tooth. New partial. See, that's infuriating to me. Why they didn't give me that option. Hey, Sassy, so good to see you, honey. I miss you. Everybody, Sassy Cajun is an old near and dear friend of mine. So glad to have her in. But yeah, of course, it's a money make. It's a racket. When I lived in Georgia, I had an old dentist, but kind of like the vet we had there, they cared more about the patient and like my dog, the vet did. Put it this way, my vet in Georgia, we took, hey Gator, hey Brown Eyed. I know I'm missing people coming in. I'm sorry. I'm just talking. If I've missed you, it ain't been on purpose. Black Cadillac, Lexi, hey, Petty. So like hey Roro. So my vet in Georgia, my dog uh had when he was a puppy, not the two I got now, but the one that's already passed on. Um, he had the bloat, and so we took him, and they did a surgery to untwist his because his stomach flipped over. Um, so they had to flip it back right. So that he had the surgery. He stayed in the vet hospital for a week and take home medication. And our bill was not quite $200 for all of that. If you did that now, I miss my vets and my doctors and my dentist in Georgia. I really, really do. I've seen a whole new side of people up here. I really have. There were 10,000 things I was going to talk about besides my mouth, and I swear I'm sitting here like, well, what was I going to say? I should have wrote it down. I just mainly wanted to get on because I had the opportunity to get on today, and I've missed you guys so much. I mean, I know I've seen y'all in chats, but it's not quite the same. Thank you, toys. Hey, Mama's the boss. Let's see. My son's cat chewed. Got something lodged. Your son just paid $8,000 to save his cat. Oh my God. But you know what? Our pets, they become, they become one of the family, and you'll do anything. I know before we lost our Roscoe, they kept saying it was one thing. It was really he had a lump, and it happened so fast. He had a lump that came up on his neck, and he started walking sideways. And we took him, and they said it was, I can't remember what they said, but anyway, they said it was one thing. And then he kept getting worse. We took him back, and then that's when they said that he had, I think it was lymphoma. And then 2 weeks later, he passed away. But it just happened so fast. So, hey, Jenny O. Can't fight the moonlight. That's what he said. Well, when you get that connection, with a pet, uh, I mean, it's hard. I mean, like now, I we rescued two dogs, and one has Addison's disease, and he has to get it's near about a $200 shot every month per Cortin shot because he doesn't produce enough of Percortin, which is if he goes into Addison's crisis, it can kill him. And the first time he went into it, we didn't. Oh, Mama's the boss. 4 months. Wow, 4 months. But yeah, the first time we saw the Addison crisis, it was like, oh my gosh, what is this? And he had to go to the hospital. So now we know the signs to look for. We can give him some prednisone to begin with. And most of the time, the prednisone will pull him out if he's due for a shot. But yeah, and that's a lot of people don't have the extra money, and that's when it becomes so sad. And not just about animals, it's sad in general. Everything's gone up except people's pay. You know, they have to decide whether they're going to have prescriptions or meals, and I just it's quite sickening to look at, especially for the elderly. I agree. Hey, Legs, I've been praying for you, honey. These are 4 months. Thank you. Hey, Twisty. I'm a little behind. I'm sorry. Y'all know I start getting my. See, Jen's mom, I I had talked to my husband about pet insurance, but he never gives me an answer. I think we should have it. So my sister's dog has the same thing with Addison's disease, and he has a bit has to get a shot at least every other month. It depends on where their levels are though, but you at least need the levels checked once a month. Lena, um, you know what I'm talking about. If their levels are okay, then they can get a shot of a lower level, a lower dosage. So the cost of it's not as much. But I know about when Kane for his weight and when he's looking, weird at me. You just know your pets, and you know about when they need these things. Um, I ain't tough as nails. Um, so I saw somebody asking about mom. She's doing good. She gained a pound, but now she has since lost 2. So we're a pound less than she was when she came up here, but she's eating great. You know, she's eating great, and I I talked to her doctor in Georgia. I've been finding her or looking for the right doctor up here, but I don't know. She's drinking her boost, so I don't know. Yeah, Black Cadillac. I'm glad she's here too. And she's glad she's here. She's always got a smile on her face though. She's been really worried about me. So, but I think I felt better today than I have felt in a while. Um so she's smiling a little bit bigger today, which is good. Hey, Crafton. Hey, Emwit. How are you? I'm glad to be here. Glad to be here. So, Mirandy had a good live this morning. Um, if y'all if y'all weren't there, you might want to go watch the replay on that. It was a very good live. I mean, it was just hanging out and chit chatting, but but I enjoyed it. I had to get off because of course, I had my dentist appointment, but I enjoyed that. And I know that there is somebody that's absolutely pressed about having my attention. Um, and that's really all I'm going. I'm not gonna give it to them. Because that's what they want. And I'll just leave that at that for right now. Hey, rapper. Oh, Mama J. Hey, Mama J. I missed you too. I've been a little bit down and out. I ain't been live in 19 days. Yeah, toys. Yeah. Um, well, Mama J, you can have my attention. I'll give you my attention. This other one, I think that's poor thing. I think that's all she's got going for is for people to say her name, and I'm not gonna do it. So, all I'll say is that I made an agreement to agree to disagree, and I haven't spoken on said person since. So just stop that, lady. Yeah. Oh, legs. Thank you. Thank you. I was hoping y'all didn't forget that I had my little channel that could over here. Though I have heard that I talk slow. Yeah, I've heard that. Um, but I guess that's okay. See, normally I talk a lot faster than I do on here, but I like to think about what I put out into the universe because, like, the internet is forever. So if I say it, I can't take it back, right? So I like to think about things before I actually put them out there. But I still put my foot in my mouth sometimes. Thank you, Twisty. Thank you, Rapper. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. It might have given me a complex had I thought less of myself, but I was thinking, do I talk slow? No, not really. I just like to think about what I say. Because once you say it, you can't unsay it. You can apologize for it, but you can't unsay it. And maybe you didn't mean to say it, but sometimes in the heat of the moment, things just come out, right? So you just blurt it. And I try not to do that. But I'm just as guilty of that as the next person sometimes. But I try not to do that. And I'm sorry I keep having to clear my throat. I don't know what all this has caused, but it's caused me to have to clear my throat 1,000 times a day. There's a thing called a 7-second rule. Google it. Some creators should use it. Huh. I'm going to look that up real quick. 7-second rule. Hold on. The 7-second rule is deceptively Simple. After asking a question, wait for at least 7 seconds before moving on. This strategic pause is more than a silence, it's a powerful tool for inclusion and better decision making. Why 7 seconds? In the rush of business, 7 seconds can feel like an eternity. Oh, I like that. I like that, Twisty. Mama J, it's the same one that it has been since I told y'all about it the first time. It's the same one. She's just looking for something to do and bring something her way. But I am going to I'm gonna start doing my true crime again. Now my true crime, unless there's something I want to cover as a live, I normally don't do live true crime unless that's something that, you know, becomes of interest to people. What I like to do, the way I do it, I like to research everything and then put a video out about it. And then I'm able to gauge the interest in it from the watching, the comments. Um, I did do a couple lives on, what was her name? The girl that was missing in Alabama, but it was all a hoax. I did a couple on her. But my lives were always meant to just be mine, whatever I wanted to do with them. And then my videos were, more geared toward the true crime. And of course, I went to Bobby Mackey's and I still got to edit that video, haunted places, stuff like that with videos. But if it's definitely something that I feel like I can carry a live with and it shows, people are interested in it, I'll do true crime lives. But I just enjoy reading about, and some of mine are, I'm not gonna say a lot. It's probably half and half. Some of it are um older cases, some of it is current cases, but they're all things that I have enjoyed reading about or learned something from, or if I want to know the outcome. There are still some out there, even on my channel, that I need to follow up on. I think what I am going to do with those, what I would like to do is do my research on a few, and then I think I'd like to do a live where I just cover, like do an update on 3 here, do an update on 3, on the next one. Just depending on what the update. If it's a long update, then maybe I'll pull, 3 or 4 into one just to keep the people that were following it updated. But that's where besides my other channel, that's where I got my start over here, and I'd really like to get back to doing those videos. And I see some of you guys have interest in that. Cool. Cool, cool. And Rapper, I'm just up here kind of just shooting the breeze. So, who are you talking to? How is there 2 in here? Are you in here under 2 different accounts? I just got back. Please don't troll me today. I just don't feel like it. Yes, Colin, I will be showing that. And I want to go to Madonna's ghost ship. And there's a couple more places around here that I want to go to. I love stuff like that. So Is talking to himself. I think so. That's not you. Well, I know you came in being nice. I just hope you're not coming in under the other one and being snarky. But um but here's one that, hey, hillbilly family secrets. Um can you go live when you do? I'll tell you. Absolutely, Colin. Absolutely. Yeah, I see two rappers too. The one with the lion face was the nice one. The other one with the dog, that's the one that's being a butt. So, and rapper, I looked at my block list today. I have nobody named rapper. No rappers on my block list. So, um, unless your main account is not under rapper, then you're not blocked. Brown Eyed, was that the one that um executed his three sons in Ohio? Because if it is, I have a video already on my channel about them, and that's one that I'm gonna follow up on. If you look back on my channel, if you look at Baby CJ, that is another one, but it has been kept. Everything is uh, there's a gag order on that case. But I have a friend that lives in Wetumpka, Alabama, where that one took place. The father did it, but so that's another one I want to check on. My friend in Wetumpka is supposed to let me know when that gag order is lifted. I keep checking on that one, but I can't. Yeah, Legs, I want to go too, so that might be something that we could do. Uh, we might could do that together because I want to go to that trial myself. I don't know how much time I can get away from work, how long it's going to be, but I would like to go for some of it. Oh, it was horrible. But I do have a video up on that one. It's probably one of the last ones that I did. Um, it's Chad Dowerman if anybody's interested in watching it. I do have the police cam footage, the body cam footage. So there is a trigger warning with that one. But my mother-in-law, she lost her best friend in the 70s, and it was in Florida. And they were trying to say it was the copycat Zodiac killer. And nobody, it seems like I have contacted the police departments. I have contacted my cousin who works for a news station down in Ocala, and I can get nowhere with it. So I said that's going to be the one for me. I've got to try to find the information. Hey, Nana J. I got Mama J and Nana J in here. But that's the one because nobody was ever, to our knowledge, no one was ever found responsible for that. I have everything else. I even reached out to somebody who covered the Zodiac killer and has all this information on the Zodiac. It couldn't have been the Zodiac. but we think it was a copycat. I mean, I'm not giving all the information out there on this, but I have like a whole folder of everything I've kept, written, researched, trying to figure this out, but I cannot get information from anyone in Florida. It's weird. So I'm definitely going to keep trying on that one. So if any of y'all are into true crime, and if you find any cases that you're interested in, shoot me an email. Let me know. It's angieuploaded@outlook.com. It's very easy. Just remember it's at Outlook. Channel name at Outlook. But yeah, I just wanted to do, kind of go back to where I started a little bit and then bring, you know, the new folks that have started following me, that are interested in true crime, bring y'all along. And I still want to have lives that have nothing to do with true crime, or fun lives, whatever lives. But oh yes, Smarty, I do tarot reading. I just haven't done it in a while. I need to feel grounded in order to do that. And I haven't felt grounded in quite a bit. Let's see. Wow, that's interesting. My mother's friend had a daughter that vanished. They always thought it was Ted Bundy. Wow, Black Cadillac. It is sad when there's no closure. And see, the brother of my mother-in-law's best friend, he was younger, like very much younger. He reached out to my mother-in-law about, is there, did y'all know anything? He was asking her questions, and she could only answer the things, that, she had old pictures and things like that, which she sent to him, but there was really nothing new that she could offer him. But their mother passed away. That was just a subject you didn't talk about in the house. The mom was never the same after that. And so the brother was trying to see if there was something he could find out. So he's been searching. I've been trying to figure it out, and we're both getting nowhere fast. And y'all are going to have to send me some emails or some DMs or something, on some of this stuff that y'all were saying in the chat. Hey, Bomb. Hey, how are you? Like, what's the crumbly? What's the crumbly one, Gator? Yes, Colin. And once I figure those out, I'll be able to do that as well. But you know yourself that you have to be grounded to do a lot of things, and I am just so far from grounded right now. I'd like to think that I'm getting back to a better place within myself. But I guess time will tell, Oh, yeah. Gator, my mama was watching that. She's following that. I knew that they were going to end up being charged, though, right after it happened. But I haven't followed it as much as Mama has. But that's what she's been watching is that one. I know, Colin. I wish you were closer too. You could help me so much. The 10 high school kids helped solve the cold case, the redhead murders. Normally, I bring a pen with me when I do these lives so I can write something down if I want to, and I did not bring a pen. Y'all help me remember that, the redhead murders. Okay. Go run Sadie out, sweet thing. Hey, Binky. Like legs, the younger ones, they do. You can really they can because they haven't lost their what do you call it? Imaginations, and they haven't been jaded by the real world. That's why they'll come to kids a lot, you know? And thank you, Mirandy. Mirandy sent it to me so I didn't have to write it down. I appreciate that. I just started getting into watching true crime, so I'm definitely looking forward to your videos. Well, thank you, Queen. And if you go back, y'all don't judge my attempts at video making. Some of them, and like I said, I've always cammed up on those videos, so it wasn't like I was ever hiding my face. It was just the weight loss journey that I just wasn't ready to be cammed up yet. But they're different, and the one I got the most views on was the most horribly done video I've ever done, but it's there. Um, so some of those I'm going to follow up on, the ones that kind of like the Dowerman, the Chad Dowerman, the baby CJ. I may do some extra on Susan Smith, just because some more stuff came up. I may touch on it. I'm interested in the Scott Peterson deal and the Innocence Project. I've actually been watching a lot about that. I watched Nancy Grace talking about the Innocence Project and how she believes they've got this one wrong. They're saying that there's new evidence, but she says that what they're telling that they have is not new evidence. So I really want to dive a little bit deeper into that and then just see where we end up. And I don't know, Queen, you got to see that one video. Yeah, it's like a floating head. But I'm going to tell you that video probably toughened my skin up the most for YouTube. You had people that, did Colin leave? I'm sorry. Oh, okay. If you're still here, good night, Colin. Thank you for stopping in. Yeah, there was some great comments. There was some pretty bad ones, but I took it all in stride. It's kind of like I took it as what do you call it? What do you call it? What's criticism? The good where they're trying to be, you know what I'm saying? What is the word? Constructive. Constructive. I just took it as constructive criticism, whether they meant it that way or not. And I tried to do different things, but then I had literally had people saying you speak too slow. I had people saying you speak too fast. So now you just get what you get, and you know, you can speed it up, you can slow it down, you know, and that's that. You cannot please everybody. Coburger is a whole anomaly in itself. And I think there's so many people that are covering Coburger that I probably won't touch it. I may have talked about it when I was doing a live, just for a second. But yeah, there's so many people talking about it that have actually spent more time looking into things. So I probably won't touch that one, but I'm very interested to see what happens. Um, like the Scott Peterson, that one is a big one for me. Because I named my son Connor after Lacey's son. That's how, it just the the trial and all of that was going on when I was pregnant. And that's where my son's name came from, was that case. My son is named after Lacey Peterson's son. And there was another one I was interested in. It'll come to me in a minute. Oh, she was gorgeous. And then the family is just having to rehash all this, and I just for we all know that there are people in prisons that are not guilty. We know this. So why is the Innocence Project helping Scott Peterson? But then it makes you think, well, they did their research. But Nancy Grace said, unless they got something else they're going to drop a bombshell about, then what they have is not new. So I'm just curious. Oh, absolutely, Amanda Panda. I will fit anybody when I feel like I am ready to start to do readings again. I've got people reaching out. I used to do them on TikTok. And I got people reaching out from TikTok wanting some too. But yeah, anybody that wants one, I'll do them. Thank you, toys. They never found out about this young lady in Jasper, Alabama. Send me something on it, Peace, and I'll look at it. Because, like I say, if y'all got something y'all want me to look into or do a video on, I'll absolutely look at it. I remember I had went to her home for a yard sale one day, and the next, someone kidnapped her. Oh no! Oh, that's awful. But is Becky telling the truth though? Legs. That whole thing is a little bit wishy-washy to me. But I think that would just be a waste of money. That man is so guilty. And I'm one of those people that I look at all sides. And I like to think I bring that over here too. Um, but when I watch a case and I'm thinking, okay, what is the redeeming qualities about this person that tells me there's no way you could have done that? I'm listening for the alibi. I'm watching everything. I was one of those that said, okay, OJ didn't do this. So it's like, I'm gonna go in saying you didn't do it until I'm great at innocent until proven guilty. With Doberman, there's no innocent until proven guilty. There's none. That's just clean cut. Um, so I like for people, I don't want to see people go to prison that are innocent. but I also don't want bad people to be left to be found not guilty. Uh, what's her face? What is that girl's name, y'all? Casey Anthony. See mm, my opinion only. I don't think it was first degree with that baby, even though my mind tells me one thing, my heart tells me another. My heart tells me to just take her out, you know. But my mind says, okay, I don't think it was first degree. I think she went out partying and she gave the baby some stuff to make her sleep, and then she gave her too much. That's what I think. But I have not watched the tapes or the lie detector stuff. So yeah, she did. She drugged her so she could go party, and I feel like she was given too much. Um, so there's no way a first degree would have ever stuck. So therefore, there's no way that a death penalty would have even come into play in that. Do they have the death penalty in Florida? I cannot remember. My brain is not working right now. And I know all of this. I know some of this stuff like the back of my hand. I'm just getting fuzzy. When her parents passed the lie detector. Yeah, I didn't see it. I've heard bits and pieces, but I think I've heard enough to know what I needed to know. Uh Carrie Lawson went missing September the 11th, 91. Okay, let me try to screenshot that. There we go. Oops. Sorry, I wanted to screenshot that Carrie Lawson because I didn't bring my pen. Did y'all hear about the I'm sure y'all did. Was that Jilly? Hey Jilly. Um See, my mind just went blank again. Okay, it'll come to me in a minute. Let's see, I believe there's a hold on it because of it being inhumane. On hold. I think that they just didn't they just hold on. I thought they just executed somebody in Alabama. They used something new. Hold on. Let me look at that. I was reading something. Now, either he's going to be or they've done it. Some don't. Okay, what was the date? Nitrogen. Okay, a select few witnessed Alabama's nitrogen execution. What is the date, though? Okay, so this guy had already survived one failed execution in November 2022. They couldn't access his vein for lethal injection as several states began considering laws to adopt the use of nitrogen gas in their executions. So, yeah, I think that this guy in Alabama, I'll have to read more on this, but I thought I think they did execute him with the nitrogen. I just don't know how far. I'll have to look into it though. But I thought I had read something. Hey Mo, hey Lolly, hey Mary. But it seems like some of y'all are um excited is such a weird word for true crime, but some of y'all are interested in the true crime. And I sure am. I'm gonna read about it, Wit. The only thing that had come across my feed was either they did it, which I'm sure that they did, and that it was going to be different. And then I just looked something up, and they said the nitrogen gas, and there were accounts on what people saw. So I want to read about it before I talk about it. But I think it would be interesting. Because now lawmakers are considering if that should be a viable means of execution now. So, and now you've got me interested in reading this whole article over here, Wit. Okay, Peace. I will check it. Okay, so Mr. Morandi heard about it. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to look into it, and I may do some true crime lives that way. The good thing about doing the lives that way is that everybody can have input. They can talk about what they heard or what they saw, or if they have questions. I like that interaction. We're just doing a video, just puts the information out there. And of course there's a comment section, but lives are more interactive with things like that. So I may just do some true crime lives. But I still like doing the videos and researching and doing some of it in video format too. So I guess I'll do both. And then we can bring that's a lot of that opens up a whole new thing for members onlys. I will be bringing tarot to members only. It's part of my members only now. It's just I haven't felt able, like grounded enough to do it, but I feel like I'm getting there. And I miss reading tarot. I actually do. So, well, thank you, Share Bear. I did that before I got into this, and saying you enjoy it is just odd, but I enjoyed researching it and learning about different stuff. So, all right, well, good deal. Well, that's what we'll do then. We'll just take it back, and then I'll do some lives, and we can interact and just enjoy each other's company and ask questions and talk and all of that kind of stuff. Let's see. Well, y'all seem excited about it too. I appreciate that. I was wondering how it was going to go over. Yes, peace. I love the full moon ceremonies. So we could absolutely do that. That is so cool. Hey, Wendy Lou. Oh, you're not late, honey. I'm just I'm just talking over here. Being I can actually talk now. So but I wasn't gonna stay long anyway. I need to go fix mom something to eat, and I probably need to kick back myself. I probably don't need to overdo it. But but I saw the time and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take it and say hey to everybody because I sure have missed y'all. I really have. I know I've seen y'all in other places, but it's a little bit different when you're on your own channel and you can talk to people like this. I'm gonna do more. I'm gonna do more open panels too. I know I haven't always been great at open panels, but I would like to do more of those. And so yeah, we're just gonna do more things. We're gonna do some different things, and then if we need to address things, we'll do that too. We're not gonna be in a box over here. We're gonna be sprouting everywhere. At least I hope anyway, and I hope everybody enjoys it. And then if you've got anything you see that says, Angie, maybe you could do this, or maybe you could look into this, just email me. It's very hard to hurt my feelings because I take a lot of things as constructive criticism. I really do. So if you see something funky, let me know. If you see something you want me to look up, let me know. And a case or, something like that, I'll absolutely do it. Just shoot me an email. It is Angie Uploaded at Outlook. Hey, pallets. But yeah, well, I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go, and I'm gonna go fix Mama her dinner, and I'm sure that I will see you guys somewhere on these streets, whether it be these, whether it be Rumbles, I don't know, but I'm sure I'll see y'all somewhere. Anyway, y'all stay safe, and I thank you so much for coming in and supporting me. It means the world, guys. All right, I'll see y'all later. Bye.